Are you ready? The Cornelia Stephanie Show. Wake up to love, your call to action. Join Cornelia as she empowers others to live heaven on earth. Cornelia teaches listeners how to be the authority over yourself, embracing your inner guru. Feel yourself uplifted into limitless expansion, integrating ease and grace in a changing world. This show will cover topics such as unconditional love, your physical body, how to be in extraordinary relationships, create financial and emotional wealth, embracing entrepreneurship in the new earth. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cornelia Stephanie Show. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you today. What is it? March 28th, 2023. So there's no better time than to have this conversation today with one of my very good friends, Tom Paladino. He's been on the show before. And so we're here to talk about taking the reins on our health, on our healing. And there's no greater time than now. So what is scalar light energy and how can it help us heal? That is what we're going to talk about today. And Tom Paladino, he has been doing this work for many, many years and helping many, many people around the world heal. And that's why he is a continuous guest here on the show. And so welcome to the show today, Tom.
Thank you once again. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome to have you. Yes. Why don't you, for people that are just tuning in for the first time or for people that have met you before, why don't you give us a little background about what you've been doing for the last 30 years or so?
Okay. Thank you. I'm a researcher. I research what is known as scalar energy, scalar light. Now, that's a different type of energy than that of electricity. Scalar energy originates from the sun and the stars. So with this understanding, I'm working with the free energy of the cosmos. You don't get this energy from a power plant. You simply harness it from the sun and the stars. So that in and of itself presents mankind great promise. If we could ever capture this energy of the stars, it's free energy, clean energy, that will change our, if you will, our energy production throughout the world. Well, I use it presently with quantum benefits, quantum health. And we're going to discuss how scalar energy applied to quantum health can provide health benefits. I'm all about showing how scalar energy provides for us and improves our health.
So what have you been doing? So that's awesome. But again, tell us what you've been doing for the last 20, 30 some years with your research. What have you been doing?
I've developed and perfected a technique using scalar energy instruments. Again, these instruments are harnessing the energy of the sun, the stars. And in so doing, I've been able to utilize this energy to balance a chakra or the 7 chakras. We can also take this energy and provide, if you will, a nutrient. We can actually assemble a micronutrient with these instruments. Or there's another function, a scalar energy instrument allows us to broadcast energy into a person, into their quantum field, and we can actually pinpoint a fungus or a bacterium or a virus and break apart that pathogen. So there's many functions with scalar energy instruments. We'll speak today about a chakra balancing and how we can eradicate pathogens. That's enough for our discussion today. But again, this is a unique approach because I'm not working with electricity. I'm working with a different energy spectrum that provides a different outcome. And the outcome that I'm speaking of is a quantum benefit. It's not a chemical. We don't work with a chemical. We work with non-physical energy. So everything is accomplished by the way of quantum energy, what some people might call information or intelligence. It's a benign process on account of the fact that we're not in any way, if you will, invasive. It's pure light, it's pure information, and we can improve human quantum health.
So it's interesting because I saw a forecast for upcoming healing modalities for the future. Like, and scalar light was definitely on that on that forecast, that scalar light is one of the modalities, along with others as well, but scalar light. And I just think it's you've been doing this for a long time, and this is your mission, this is your gift to bring to the world and to inform and also help others heal some of the imbalances in the body, and that's what you're doing. So when people like you have a machine that
Yes.
you invented. Did you invent this machine?
Yes, I did. I'll show a photograph of it. This is one of the scalar energy instruments that I work with. Now, these are custom built instruments. It's rather complicated. It's rather involved. But what I'm trying to isolate is the fact that these instruments are not operated by electricity. Rather, these instruments work in the quantum realm. It's a different type of energy. And in so doing, I can access a person's energy field or their information field with an instrument like this, a scalar energy instrument. Now, in application, how does this work? It works through a person's photograph. My photograph carries quantum intelligence, scalar energy signatures. So anytime I work with people, I don't work with people in a biological sense. I work with people in their quantum field through their photograph. Now, to give the audience an analogy, Cornelia and I are having a discussion through our computers. This is a video recording. Well, obviously, Cornelia is not in my computer and vice versa. So if we can share information and have a discussion, have an engagement through a computer, we can likewise engage people through the quantum field identified by their photograph. So instead of using a Zoom conference or a StreamYard conference, we use a scalar energy conference in which we can access a person's energy field. This is the new science in which we work with people around the world through a photograph. You don't visit a physical location. You simply email your photograph to me.
Yeah, I think that's also what's so brilliant about this, because it has nothing to do with you personally. It has nothing to do, the person submits their photograph, and then it goes through your scalar light machine on a daily basis.
That's right. That's correct.
And receives the scalar light. Is that right?
That's right. So this is the new science in which you can bilocate. You can be in two places at once. And this is a common thought. This is a common thread within the quantum science, that people bilocate through their photograph. I can be in my laboratory by way of a photograph, and that photograph reports my constitution. So I can be in two places at once. This is a notion, this is a theory of quantum physics, and it indeed is real. But you can only achieve that in a scalar energy paradigm, in a quantum paradigm. Why? Because you transcend time and space. In this material world, we're bound by time and space. When we get outside of this material world, scalar energy is non-physical. I'm working with a non-physical reality. Then we can travel at the speed of thought. And that's indeed what we're doing. We're not bound to any physicality. We're outside of those physical constraints.
So, I have a few questions. Maybe this will support the audience in understanding how you are helping heal the world.
Yes.
How are you helping heal the world?
In particular, we're able to take a person's photograph and match it up, go side by side with a photograph of a microbe. Now, for instance, if I were to place my photograph inside a scalar energy instrument, that of a photograph of the herpes virus, this is an information system again. And the information of the herpes virus will download into my photograph. So by placing these two representations, my representation of photograph and the representation of the herpes virus, we send the information of the herpes virus into me. And in so doing, the quantum field will look for the herpes virus in my quantum field. And if it finds it, it will destroy it. Now, why do I work with photographs? There's no human interpretation, so there's no room for human error. A photograph of the herpes virus has a molecular code or a molecular signature. Hence, my instrument will look for that molecular code on my quantum plane. And if it can find the herpes virus in my system, in my quantum system, it will destroy it. So what am I getting at? A photograph of a microbe allows my instrument to identify that microbe, find it in me, and then break down the molecular bonds of that microbe. Using photographs of microbes is a mistakeless process. There can be no mistake. There's no human interpretation. So I'm working with energy, which is fundamental. A photograph captures the light source of a microbe. That's fundamental. It sends it into my quantum field, which is, again, another light source, which is fundamental. The entire process works with light. There's no human ingenuity involved. Hence, there's no room for human error. Hence, it's a light process from start to finish. And hence, it's the guaranteed way for me to locate the herpes virus in a person and disassemble it to eradicate the herpes virus. It's different. It's groundbreaking research. I can attend to this because it works. And I have so many favorable test results on my website that speak to that.
Well, you also, just after a scalar light session, the test results for Epstein-Barr, herpes, and the HIV virus reveal not detected result for viral load.
Yes.
Right?
I'm going to hold up. Yes, I'm going to hold up to the audience. Here's one test result. This is for herpes. This person submitted a photograph to us. And again, I only work with photographs. I never work with people. I work energetically through the photograph. After the scalar energy sessions, this individual had 2 follow-up PCR tests. Both PCR tests after the scalar sessions show no viral load for herpes. Now, just as important, this individual reports that they no longer have any symptoms for the herpes virus. So I'll let the audience draw their conclusion. Again, this is new groundbreaking work of mine. It's never been, if you will, duplicated because my approach, my instruments have never been duplicated. But the test results show after scalar energy sessions, there is no viral load for the herpes virus. And this is typical. Many people have sent us their PCR test, which is, it's a molecular marker that shows either the presence or absence of the genetic code, if you will, of a virus. And from what we can tell, nobody has any viral load after a scalar energy session.
Wow, that is an awesome testimony right there.
It is.
So because
this is an objective,
they had it before. Yeah. Okay. So
I'll share with the audience another test result.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to hold up another PCR test.
Yeah.
Now, according to this person, this individual had Epstein-Barr for 30 years. The Epstein-Barr virus is quite common. And the Epstein-Barr virus can be passed through saliva. It's quite common. After being infected with this virus, Epstein-Barr, for 30 years, this individual, after the scalar energy session, had a PCR test. And you could see from this result, the Epstein-Barr virus is not detected. It's negative, no viral load whatsoever. Now, after 30 years of being infected for the first time in their life, since being infected, there's no viral load. And according to this individual, they don't have the symptoms. They don't have the discomfort of this viral infection. This is typical of our work. This is, if you will, objective evidence that something is happening. How will science explain this process? Well, we have to first understand scalar science. But I am offering the audience the benefits of the scalar energy sessions and evidence, proof PCR testing from various laboratories around the world that after a scalar session, there's no indication of any viral load for the Epstein-Barr virus. I think this is notable. I think the weight, the force of the circumstances, the number of testimonies that we have on our website are quite convincing. Over 4,000 testimonies from people around the world, various laboratories around the world. I think we're on to something quite profound.
Well, since you're talking about testimonies that are on your website, let's tell the audience how they can actually go to your website and look at some of those testimonies where they are.
Okay, the website is scalarlight.com, SCALAR Light, LIGHT. Now, we offer people on the website 15 days of free session. Read some of the articles, familiarize yourself with this simple process. All you have to do is upload your photograph. Email us your photograph, and for 15 days, we will eradicate microbes, we'll balance your chakras. Then we allow people to make the judgment as to what benefits that they have experienced, how they feel. Again, this is a new science. You're not going to find anybody in academia that has substantiated this. Why? The instruments are unique. I'm the inventor. I've discovered this technique.
Yeah, so it is groundbreaking. You're not going to find it out there, with with what Tom said. This is groundbreaking. This is unique. And there's evidence that people are experiencing healing, and that through the scalar sessions. So do you have, well, let's talk about, Tom, let's talk about what the symptoms are of Epstein-Barr virus. What are those symptoms?
Many people complain that the Epstein-Barr virus attacks the thyroid. And many people with long-standing Epstein-Barr infection complain of Hashimoto's, some type of autoimmune disease that many people believe is occasioned by the presence of this virus. Others say that the Epstein-Barr virus causes malaise, or people feel sluggish, or they have like flu-like symptoms because of this. And all of the above. Well, there is a point to all of that. And those testimonies are rather universal. After the scalar energy sessions, many people have told us that they no longer have Hashimoto's syndrome, or if they do, the autoimmune disease has subsided. Many people say that they no longer have flu-like conditions, or they have a greater sense of energy. If these viruses are constantly attacking us, well, what are we to make of that? They are going to cause us to be sluggish, to lose our appetite, to lose our zest for life. So many people have responded. The benefits of the scalar energy sessions to eradicate those viruses, it really is a sea change in health for many people. It's quite significant, to the point that they feel liberated, to the point that they feel that they've made significant improvement in their health. It's a simple process. All you have to do is email us your photograph. The light, the energy, it does the healing. The animating force is the scalar light. It's so simple, so straightforward. Again, this is non-physical. There's no chemicals involved. It's non-invasive, obviously. We're working through a photograph, which allows us to access the quantum realm. It's new. It's quite profound.
So, and it's all done automatically every day.
Yeah. Yes,
so does it happen at a certain time every day? How does that work?
Yeah, I live on the East Coast, so every morning I get up, I visit my lab, and I start what is called this pathogenic cleanse. And every morning I'm looking at over 400,000 species of microbes that we can eradicate potentially now from the quantum field. So it's not only viruses, but bacteria, mold, fungi, parasites, protozoan. After this pathogenic cleanse, people say that they feel that they've rid, or they've in some way eradicated years of infection. Some people consider it to be a systemic infection, to the point that it's caused an arthritic condition. It causes inflammation. So if you can identify these microbes, these pathogens, and eradicate them on a regular basis, there are many benefits. There are many collateral benefits here. Again, some people say that they used to have arthritis or a lot of inflammation in their hands. You eradicate those microbes and you have a greater sense of movement. Your hands aren't inflamed, your joints are not inflamed. You feel better. You have a greater range of mobility. Now, that's not my opinion. Those are the millions of people that we've worked with around the world who've experienced this quantum benefit.
Yeah. So again, talking about the autoimmune, with COVID and everything that people are still experiencing the side effects of all of that. There's still so much that's happening. Have you received any evidence that this is also helping people to
Yes,
build their positive immune system?
yes. I will go on record. During the pandemic, I had at least 200 friends and family members on the program who had submitted their photograph. Okay, many times people will submit a family collage.
Mm.
And during that lockdown, that pandemic, none of my family members or friends were admitted to the hospital. We were healthy. Now we didn't take undue risks, but nonetheless we were healthy. I'll speak for myself. I live in the state of Florida, and I this was an open society, if you will. We were not
Yeah.
mandated to wear masks. Much of the time, we did not have to wear masks. And for the past 2 or 3 years, I've been fine. I haven't been bedridden.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think it's an important piece, to understand that uh, the autoimmune issues and funguses that you talked about, and even herpes. Herpes, people think that herpes is just a sexual disease or whatever, but herpes can also show up.
Yeah.
Outbreak of herpes can show up on the outside of your mouth, right?
Yes.
Where you have
Yeah.
like a canker sore. Is that right?
That's correct. The herpes one can be transmitted through saliva or through a kiss or by sharing a glass of water. So some of these viruses are communicable through saliva, through body fluids. Now, herpes one, most of the adult population in the world has herpes one, because later in your life, you've kissed a number of people, you've shared a glass of water with people. It's been estimated out of the adults, over the age of 18 in the world, at least 70% of the world population over the age of 18 has herpes one. That doesn't surprise me, because this virus is readily transmitted, easily transmitted. Now, some of the longstanding implications of having herpes 1, it's been shown that herpes 1 can pass the blood-brain barrier. And it is shown to contribute to Alzheimer's and neurological impairment. Herpes 1 is a neuroinvasive virus. It attacks nerves. Well, it can also attack the neurons in your brain. And it's believed to contribute to neurodegenerative disease. So that's something to consider.
You said herpes attacks brains. Is that what you said?
Yeah, brain cells, neurons, correct.
Yeah.
It is
I,
shown to pass the blood-brain barrier.
yeah, I think it's important that when we are, educating people and promoting this particular show today, this podcast, and for those of you that are going to share this with your friends and family, that we also put it in the show notes that, are you part of that? Because what was the number again, Tom, that you said the population, most of the population, what was the number?
I would say what I've read, at least 70% of the adult population in the world is infected with herpes 1.
Yeah,
It's quite profound. Now, these are universal microbes. These are ubiquitous microbes. They pass easily. They're easily transmitted. Again, you drink a cup of water and a person prior to you had herpes 1, you could easily swallow herpes 1, or by sharing a kiss, sharing saliva. So the good news is this: we now have a technology that can address this worldwide epidemic of viral infection, whether it's herpes or Epstein-Barr or hepatitis. This is what I'm trying to show the world, the benefits of scalar quantum health working in the quantum field, which is not a physical process, it's an informational process in which we can identify the herpes virus and remove that signature. We can actually break down the molecular intelligence that holds together herpes. If we can break down that intelligence, break down a molecular bond, the herpes virus falls apart.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that there's 70% of the world's population is,
Yeah,
uh, what is it? Herpes 1,
yeah,
herpes
herpes
1.
one.
And if that's the case, and then, it kind of explains as well with the increase of the Alzheimer's epidemic that's taking
Yeah,
place, because if herpes 1 attacks the brains, then
yeah,
that's also part of that increase right there. So, I
yes,
mean,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. This is the good news. These are the benefits. I want to inculcate that with your audience. This
Yeah.
is simple. It's straightforward. It's so simple to email us a photograph. That's easy. Try the 15-day free session. There's no obligation, and then we let you decide.
I like that. And you know that I am on your list every day, getting my own, receiving my own scalar light healing, which I love, and I love what you've recently added in. And it is an email that comes in every single day, and that talks about what I received today with my scalar light uh,
Yeah,
energy healing, with my scalar light session. And let
thank
me
you.
pull it up. Yeah, I want to pull it up, and I want to share it with the audience. I'm not going to be able to share it like you did, because I didn't print it out ahead of time. I'm just going to read it to you all. But this is what I received this morning, which is really, I really like that. And the other thing that people can do is, when you decide that you want to heal and that you want optimal health and well-being for your physical body, and then you're using a modality like scalar light, and send in your photograph. You're doing this with Tom Paladino, and you're intending to take your physical body up into higher vibrational ways of living and being, and that's your intention, your well-being. That that right there, you can do a lot with that in healing some of the distortions from the past, the fungi, or whatever is going on that's imbalanced in your body. We haven't even talked about the chakra system yet, which we're going to do here in just a few minutes. But let me read to you what it says. It says today you are receiving these protocols: energetic cleanse, clearing, chakra balancing, nutrient support. This trinity for healing is administered daily. And then, of course, scalar light overcomes the nutritional challenges of the 21st century. Did you know that 99% of Americans lack one or more of necessary nutrients? According to the
Mhm.
most recent US dietary guidelines, there are 7 essential nutrients in food that most Americans aren't getting in inadequate amounts: calcium, potassium, fiber, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Scalar light intelligence orchestrates the formation of vitamins, minerals, amino acid, phytochemicals, antioxidants, and fatty acids, so your body can utilize them immediately. Why getting nutrition delivered to your energy field via light wave intelligence is a superior form of getting what your body needs. Scalar light is the conductor, thus instructing the assembly of common elements into nutrition goes into every cell. Perfect nutrition aids healing. The most significant benefit of our nutrient protocol is evident in those who have challenges with ingesting and assimilating nutrients, including children and the elderly. Then the question becomes, do I still need to take supplements? Well,
Mm.
you must decide whether or not to continue any supplements that you're currently taking, because you're the one that knows best. So, this is something that comes into your inbox every single day, that it's
Mm.
kind of like a collaboration that takes place between you and the light, the scalar light, right? where
Yes.
you know that you're receiving this
Yes.
light and it is supporting you, followed with your intention. I just got the chills, everybody. I totally got the chills because it's true. Whenever you get truth bumps, goosebumps, you get the chills. That's when you know that you're speaking the truth. So I really like this new edition with you guys rolling that out with your team, Tom. I really like that. I know that that's a lot of work that goes into
It's tremendous amount of work. Thank you for recognizing that. And we're
me.
happy to do it. Just keep in mind, everything I've ever done here is groundbreaking. It's never been done before. So we have to start from scratch. Yes, people receive daily emails. We want people to understand what we're doing. It's only fair. And bear with us. This is a new protocol. It's a new science. We're going to introduce to the world the benefits of quantum healing, energetic healing, by way of a photograph in a force field of quantum energy, scalar energy. This has nothing to do with electricity or magnetism. It's not Newtonian physics.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome what you're doing with all of it. And the fact that you just said today that 70% of the world has herpes 1. I was definitely one of them. If I was to take one of those tests right now, it would probably show that I'm not one of them anymore, but I know that I was one of them. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting that this is, that we're talking about this today. Let's talk about the chakras.
Okay, fair enough. What is scalar energy? Again, it's energy from the sun and the stars. Why is that important? It's cosmic energy. You don't get this from a power plant. Our electricity is produced by coal, by a power plant, by nuclear. What is the power plant of scalar energy? The sun and the stars. Scalar energy is the free energy, the clean energy of the universe. You don't get it from the coal mine or from natural gas or from the power company. So when we're working with a scalar energy instrument, we're sending that free energy of the sun and the stars into a person's photograph that will then connect with their brain waves and their 7 chakras. Yes, a chakra balancing is performed in the quantum realm on a photograph. And in so doing, the photograph experiences the benefit of quantum healing, of chakra healing. Now, what does that mean? People after a scalar energy session say they're calmer, or they can sleep better, or it will reverse depression in some people. Others say that this has reduced their desire for cigarettes or alcohol. Many people have said that they are less prone to anger, or a problem that used to perhaps incite anger or disappointment is no longer occasioning their anger. So, what are we getting at with the chakra balancing? It's information sent into our brain waves, into our 7 chakras, which this energy from the sun and the star can correct our psychology, can correct our conscience. And the uplift, the upshot is it will elevate our mood. It will improve our concentration. And some people see that in gradual stages. This is not going to happen overnight. But yes, this is indeed valid. Giving thought to once again, this non-information field, this non-physical field that allows us to experience the benefits of the sun and the stars.
So why haven't we been using this energy before? Is that a good question, Tom?
I think, Cornelia, the fact that yeah, it's an excellent question. Why aren't we using scalar energy? Well, the audience knows the answer. We all do. It's free energy. Scalar energy is from the sun and the stars. Nobody can put a meter on the sun and the stars. Nobody can make money on the sun and the stars. There's an infinite supply of stars in the universe. Our sun provides us a near infinite amount of energy. So we were going to take the energy businesses and replace that with free energy from the sun and the stars. That's going to be a significant improvement in the human condition, but it's going to make obsolete the energy industry.
Yeah. So that's again, interference with the money people, that
Yeah.
are out there that don't want this energy to be used, because what's that going to do,
Yeah.
to that whole system. I'm sure that has also been at play here to
Yeah.
to prevent this information from getting into the hands of the people that want to be empowered and that want to move into higher vibrational ways of living and being and take the reins on their healing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so simple. The great scientist Nikola Tesla understood this. He was trying to extract energy from the stars, and he was successful. Tesla developed the first free energy instrument, a scalar energy instrument. And Nikola Tesla wanted to give the world free energy, but he was blocked over 100 years ago. This is a game changer. If you present a energy paradigm in which it's relatively inexpensive to extract energy from the stars, and you don't have to dig for coal or natural gas, you don't need a nuclear reactor, you don't even need a wind farm, you don't need turbines, you don't need an expensive electrical grid. See, no grid is needed here. You don't need transformers, you don't need satellites. It pre-exists. This energy is everywhere. The grid is the universe. It's free universal energy. You don't need a grid system. This is the change that's coming to mankind. Scalar energy, scalar light is the free energy.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, scalar light, that is in one of the top modalities that is coming out more and more now to the forefront and is part of our evolutionary journey on this planet. So it's an honor, Tom, to have you here educating, helping us heal, and helping the world feel empowered so that they can, again, heal from the imbalances and restore, right? Restore our health again. So, what do you want to leave the audience with today? Like, what are the things that you want us to focus on?
This is a message of hope. Scalar energy, scalar light, the energy of the sun and the stars, it's everywhere. And by the way, the human mind and the heart are scalar energy vessels. The reason we can think and feel is because of scalar energy. Thought, human emotion is a scalar form. It's a scalar light waveform. So this should not be a nebulous topic, really. Any thought, any emotion is a scalar intelligence, is a scalar energy waveform. With that in mind, visit the website, please just sign up for the 15-day trial. Experience it yourself. There's no obligation. I want to introduce this to the world. Be a part of our groundbreaking grassroots movement. We're all grassroots. Join
Yeah,
us.
yeah. So that's scalarlight.com. Go there and check it out. And, you know, maybe track it, where how
Yeah.
you're feeling every single day, what's happening for you. I really like that you mentioned that people that are suffering from addictions like alcohol or cigarettes or whatever, that they don't that this is possibly also helping with that desire, because there's so many people are addicted to alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes, and then even now the fentanyl crises that is happening all over the place. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, I live here, in Washington State, and I live right on this uh, part of the world where, part of the Swinomish tribe, and so there's an Indian tribe that is here. And just last week, they had 10 funerals, and they were all women between the ages of 50 and 60 years old, and they all died of fentanyl overdose.
Really?
I mean, I just find that, like, that is like, it's right here. It's right here. And so nowadays, you don't even know what's inside whatever you're buying, what you're getting. And so, anyway, it's just, we have so many epidemics that need to be addressed and that we need to claim our power back. That's why Scalar Light is here, and it can support you in so many ways. And that's why Tom's doing this work we're bringing him on. We'll bring Tom on again. And also just want to invite you to share this message with people that you know that are suffering or that are struggling either from depression or any type of bacteria, fungus, any type of autoimmune issues, that this is, like Tom said, hope. There's hope and there's support here for you. The fact that you're being so generous and offering the free 15-day trial for people, this is a way for you to say, okay, I want to try this. And see how you feel. So scalarlight.com. Anything else? Final words, Tom?
We're about to change the world. This technology will change the world. Cornelia, thank you for seeing the big picture. We're going to successfully move forward and introduce this new technology to the world. It's unstoppable. Join us. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again next time. Take good care.
You've been listening to the Cornelia Stephanie Show. You've been listening to the Cornelia Stephanie Show, Wake Up to Love, your call to action. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio. Cornelia's joy is to engage others in practical ways, showing us how to live in the new earth in harmony with our true nature. For more information on Cornelia and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to her website at corneliastephanie.com.